On YouTube, Chris here, My Home Theater. Got a brand new video for you this afternoon. Want to have a little discussion with y'all about some amplifiers. Do we even need amplifiers for our system? Run across a Facebook post the other day on one of the groups I'm joined, and there was just a little discussion going on about why they needed to buy an amplifier and why they needed to have one for the system to power the speakers. Why didn't the receiver have enough power to power the speakers? Well, let's just have a little discussion about that. I'll give you my 2 cents on it. Why would I need an amplifier? Well, today we're running 11.2 system, 7.2.4. Most receivers only power 9 speakers. So with that respect, you have to have an amplifier to power the speakers. Now there's some receivers out there, some higher end receivers. Okay, so they'll power it. You don't have to have an external amplifier. That is not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, do I need power to power my LCRs and my surround speakers, what we call our floor speakers? Why would we need an amplifier for that? Or do we? I think that the answer to that question can go, there's many answers for that question. And I would say that it would be up to the person to whether they want to buy an amplifier. Now, like my living room. My living room is about 11 foot by 14 foot. It's not a very large room. I have powered my speakers in that room with just a receiver, and it does really good. I mean, it's a smaller room. I also, while I was working on this room, I actually had my amplifiers in there. And boy, it sounded a whole lot better, but I really didn't need it. So I would say if you had a smaller room and you had, I don't even know what you call normal size speakers, you could get by with just the powering of the receiver. Now, let's say you had a larger room. Like my theater here is like 15 and a half, 15.3, 24 foot long, 10 and a half foot ceiling. Now, maybe you can get by with powering with just a receiver, but it's going to sound a whole lot better the more power you can put to the speakers. You got to have that headroom. You got to have that dynamics of the scenes. My experience is I had in my house that we had before we had here, I had an Onkyo receiver, pretty decent receiver. This is probably 8-9 years ago now. So it was a pretty decent receiver. Don't remember the model number. It was the Onkyo THX. It was a 7.1, 7.2, whatever. And I had Definitive Technology BP 2002 TLs, big speakers, powerful speakers. I had the built-in subwoofers. I had the CLR 2300 center channel with the built-in subwoofer, and 4 BPX2s. Now that was what I call, that was a big system. And it did really well. I mean, you could crank it up and it sounded real good. But I remember putting in Saving Private Ryan on Blu-ray, and it ran out of steam. It sounded good, but it didn't have that dynamics. So in that living room, it sounded really good. And that living room was, if I remember right, it was like 14 foot wide, 19 foot long, had 8 foot ceilings. So don't remember what the cubic feet with that would be, but it sounded good in the room. But when you tried to crank it up, it run out of steam. So like in this system, I could put Saving Private Ryan in, and it's the Dolby Atmos 4K, and buddy, you sound like you own that beach because I have the power to fill the room with sound. So like I said earlier, you can have a smaller room with what I would call normal size speakers, and you will be okay. And still, you could put an amplifier in a smaller room if you wanted. But is it necessary? No. Preference? Yes. Because as we remember, power is clarity. The more power you got, the clearer it's going to sound. Now, I learned that from car stereos years ago. But in a smaller room, you probably can get by with the receiver's power. But in a larger room, I would say you would need an amplifier. Now there's some receivers out there, some higher ends. They boast 150, 160 watts a channel. They may be 156 watts a channel. And I think will be good for a decent sized room. But in my experience, I would say that to sound better. And like I said, all this is up to the individual. If you have the money to buy a receiver or a preamp processor and then spend the money on an amplifier, hey, I'm telling you, I don't want to go back. I'm running a receiver, but using amplifiers. Separates are better, and that, we can do another video about that at some point in time. But the discussion now is, do I need an amplifier? And that, I would say, there's a lot of variables in it. It's room size, how big of speakers you got, and how loud you want to listen to it. There's a lot of variables involved in that. Now, let's go this route. Let's just say in a normal size room, and you decided you was gonna throw some big JTR speakers in there. Those speakers are massive. I mean, they're boasting 18-inch woofers and their center channels and all. I mean, those speakers are phenomenal. They are huge. Yeah, you might want to put an amplifier on it. I ain't saying a receiver wouldn't do it, but you ain't gonna get the benefit of the speaker. These B&W speakers, these big Bowers and Wilkerson speakers, man, you're not gonna benefit of what that speaker can do unless you can push the power to it. And you're gonna get the clarity, you're gonna get the full range of the speaker. There's a lot of variables in this thing. So, do you need an amplifier? I don't know. What kind of speakers you running? How big is your room? A lot of questions to ask to whether you need that. I'm not going to sit here and tell that everybody that has a home theater needs an amplifier. I'm not going to tell you guys, everybody who has a home theater that has amplifiers, hey, you don't need them. That's subjective. It's up to the individual. I mean, a lot of variables involved, and I hope I'm making sense. But anyway, I hope I made some sense here on this video, and just a little discussion that I want to have. Hey, y'all let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you agree with me on it's a lot of variables involved in it? Room size, speakers. I mean, what do you guys think? I would like to hear from you in the comments. And if you hadn't subscribed, please like, subscribe, share, watch my videos. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I am right there at 600. I'm close to 600, like 590. And man, would love to hit 1,000 subscribers here real soon. Got a mini DSP U mic I'm wanting to give away. I'm wanting to give it away. I need y'all's help to help me, okay? And hey, watch my videos through the end if you don't mind. And that helps me out, helps the channel out. Please like the video, share it. Subscribe to it, of course, and that really helps my channel out. Striving to get 1,000, I need y'all's help, okay? Well, I hope everybody has a good day. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, drop a comment below, tell me what you think. Everybody have a good day.